Hi there, everyone! Can you believe it's happened again? It's like there's a Monday every single week. My name is David Meade, and it is so wonderful to get the opportunity to catch up with a few of you. As you know, here at NECA, we are always innovating, always looking for new ways to tell you all of the great and good information that is happening inside the National Electrical Contractors Association. So over the course of the next few months, you'll notice some changes to our NECA Live studio here, including, that's right, a robot. The camera you're watching me on now is on a robot. This is terrifying. I am afraid. I'm certain that this thing is going to try and attack me. But as long as you keep an eye on me every Monday, we will be safe. I'm absolutely sure. And let's have all of your comments coming in. I'd like to know where you're tuning in from. Give us your name. Give us your organization. Tell us where you're watching from, because this show really is all about you. So without further ado, you're here. I'm here. We've got some top secret incredible guests hiding in the green room, so let's get started. Welcome back, and welcome to another NECA Live. It's another week here on the show where we tell you all of the great and good, all of the exciting updates at the National Electrical Contractors Association. And if you haven't tuned in recently, where on earth have you been? You have missed episodes on outside line safety, on innovation, on diversity, equity and inclusion, and of course, spotlighting all of our amazing premier partner companies. So if you have missed any of those, be sure to go back and listen to some of the archived episodes as part of the amazing NECA Podcast Network. There's also plenty of great things to come in the weeks and months ahead, so put this inside your diary, get yourself a little brew, a little coffee, and use that as some time to step back from your email inbox briefly. And of course, the one thing at the top of everyone's mind right now in the world of NECA is the NECA Convention and Trade Show. It is big news. We're excited to have it. It is coming on October 9 through 12 in Nashville, Tennessee. If you've never been, this is the city worth attending. NECA 2021 Nashville is going to be a truly incredible family reunion, and attending is your ticket to all of the world-class education, networking and solutions that you need to take your business to the next level. And every week here at NECA Live, we explore those tools and techniques. But since that convention is just around the corner, why not take some time to focus on the exciting things that we have ahead? And today, we are going to focus on the education piece, which provides so much value to all of those that attend the NECA convention every year. And I'm delighted to say that we are joined by two top experts in this field to discuss. We've got Pete Mastrorocco, NECA's Vice President of Education, Events and Partnerships. That's a very wide remit. I don't know where he finds the time. That either means he doesn't sleep or he doesn't do any of those jobs properly. Also, we're delighted to be joined by Dana Jorns, NECA Manager of Education and Events. A big hello to both of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pete, it is lovely to have you back. I think you might be our most regular returning NECA Live guest. Thank you for joining us. Now, tell me, what did you get up to this weekend, Pete?
Happy Monday, David. It's been a busy weekend for me. This weekend, we celebrated some family milestones. We actually moved my youngest daughter into her dorm at college, starting her freshman year.
How terrifying!
And we moved my son into his apartment in New York City. So a very busy weekend. I absolutely need a nap.
So is this, I'm trying to decide, now that they're gone, does this mean you're saving money or is it costing you more money?
I think long term, David, we'll save a few bucks. I think in the short term, it was a very expensive weekend.
So is this a proper empty nest now? Have you got no more kids at home?
It is indeed an empty nest.
Pete, this is your time. Go again. Number 3. 3 is the magic number. Let us know how you're getting along. You can update us on a future episode. Dana, how about you? What did you get up to this Saturday and Sunday?
Well, my AC decided to break on Saturday, so I've just been scorching at home.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, that's what it's
Not
like every
not as great
day
as
in
Patriot,
Ireland,
but
where the temperature
yes,
just
ma'am.
does not regulate itself in any. In fact, here in Ireland, we're considering growing gills. That's how wet it's starting to get over here. But it is so good to have both of you with us. So, Pete, let's start off with you. Education is such a massive piece of the NECA convention every year. When I look at the feedback forms, that's what your delegates say again and again and again, is one of those things that keeps them coming back. So what is driving the mentality behind how NECA schedules and programs educations at the event? And how does it evolve and shift every year?
Yeah, so, David, we know that our industry is always changing. And as a result, NECA has to change as well. And we have to morph with the industry. The education team is excited to provide our contractors with the educational content they need to stay ahead of their competition and remain on the leading edge of industry trends. So our members can look forward to programming in the areas of business management, labor relations, leadership and communication, project management, standards and safety, and much, much more at this year's national convention.
It's such a comprehensive approach to education, isn't it? It doesn't matter what size your business is, doesn't matter where you're based, there's always something for you. So Dana, let's talk about the roster of speakers itself. I know that you guys listen to the material that really lands, so you make sure that we've got those returning favorites that come back year after year, but also lots of brand new faces. How did the education team go about curating the speakers this year, and who are some of the ones that you think are really worth spotlighting?
Yeah, well, we really wanted to emphasize and bring together that NECA family. So this year you can expect to see a lot more familiar faces with more member and contractor-led sessions with topics ranging from personal and professional development all the way to IoT and emerging technologies. In one session that we are very excited about in particular is titled Generation Takedown, with generation expert Megan Johnson and her father Larry, who's a corporate culture expert. So during this session, they'll provide a unique perspective of a Gen X daughter and her baby boomer father on how each understands, communicates, motivates, and manages different generations existing in the workplace.
Hold on a second, I'm sorry. They're wasting their time at NECA. This is a Netflix sitcom waiting to happen. I can tell that those two side by side, this has already got gold written all over it. I would binge watch that easily. So Pete, look, I wanted to call attention to one of the pre-convention workshops. It's the Electrical Contractor Essentials. Now, this is one of the more interesting educational offerings that NECA has got in store this year. Can you tell us a little bit about why this will be such a big part of education going forward?
Sure. So we launched the NECA Essentials program earlier this year, David. And what started off as a small contractor program and kind of morphed into, as many of our working names go, morphed into the NECA Essentials program. And it's really focused around what NECA believes to be our sweet spot in the electrical construction industry, and that's the small to mid-sized contractor. And we know that by providing content for this group, we'll grow our industry overall. So we developed the NECA Essentials program, as I mentioned, about mid-part of the year, and it's been very, very successful. We've sold out of each time we've offered this program, and to date we've only been able to offer it virtually. So we're very excited that for the first time in a real face-to-face environment, we're going to provide NECA Essentials as a pre-convention workshop, and we will be covering in Module 1, we'll be covering risk and insurance and risk management, construction finance, and construction law. So we're excited to be able to offer that to our members. It's been a great program to date, and we look forward to providing that value.
Wonderful to be able to do it in person, Pete. And of course, if people want to get involved in these pre-registration activities, in the pre-convention activities, they got to make sure that they get involved early and get registering so they don't miss out, Pete.
these things do sell out very, very quickly, David. You're right.
And personally, I think that I should be on 10%, by the way, because I can't help but think that I'm really the guy selling it here, Pete. But anyway, Dana, I know that the planned education tracks for the convention run the gamut from business and project management. They look at labor relations, the really important soft stuff like leadership and communications, and of course the hard stuff that protect us every day, like standards and safety and the outside line. There is so much to cover, but there's one track that I really wanted to point out though, and that is innovation. This buzzword has been kicking around for 20 years now, but I have seen a real change in the last 12 months at NECA, investing in what real practical innovation means to contractors all across the country. Because it's not a buzzword that someone else somewhere else should be doing. Innovation is in the reach of everyone. And I know that this ties into a big innovation push at NECA 2021 in Nashville. So what sort of innovation courses can we get excited about?
David, you are totally correct. One thing that we are excited about is our innovation panels. Members will be given a real-world application and case studies from our own NECA members and contractors alike. A few that we are excited about, one is how to optimize your tech stack. And that one is designed to bring group of individuals together and explore how to assemble a technology collection that gives businesses a competitive edge. Another one to look out for is the best practices of innovation. That panel will discuss ongoing journeys to apply innovation within different organizations.
Wow. Oh, gosh, I guess, isn't it that practical side of innovation? Actually making it feel accessible, Dana, because it really is something that everyone can live every day. And my worry about the word innovation is that I think that people feel like it's someone else's job, that if we don't have $40 million to invest in R&D, then maybe innovation isn't something we can achieve, but it is within the reach of every contractor.
Exactly, yep.
Super. So Pete, I know that the education offerings on the show floor are as varied and will be as popular as ever. What sort of things can attendees look forward to?
This year, the trade show education is going to focus on three key areas, and that's tech.
Pete, we've lost you for a second. Can you still hear us? Let's see. Oh, I think you're back now. We got you. No worries.
David, you passed up the opportunity to tell me that I was on mute. I can't believe you missed
honestly, Pete, I can assure you, there's a lot of fun I could poke. Mute is the least of your worries, Pete. Oh, you've gone on mute again.
Now he's just messing with us.
I think he is. Pete, are you okay? Pete, do you want to call your care worker?
David, we had a hurricane here over the weekend, and I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to participate at all today because we've had internet outages, sporadically over the last 2 days. So let's take what we can get. Anyway,
I just did a little search on my screen, and it is being really clear that it's user error this time. So you can blame the hurricane if you like, Pete, but I'm pretty confident it's down to you.
So let's jump back to trade show education, David. So we're going to focus our trade show education for this year's convention in three key areas, and they're technology, contractor solutions, and leadership. And we've worked diligently to curate programming that our NECA stakeholders are going to find great value in. From a technology standpoint, stuff like you heard Dana mention a few minutes ago, IoT for everyone. This is a program that's being done by Leviton Manufacturing on installation techniques and programming requirements for smart device integration that will help contractors drive profitability. We've got programs in the area of contractor solutions on estimating checks and validation techniques, helping members to evaluate estimates to improve accuracy and improve their profitability. So, and just so much more. So we've really worked hard behind the scenes to pull together programming that we know will drive value and profitability in a changing work environment.
Do you know one thing that strikes me, Pete, about convention every year, and of course NECA now, the biannual education-focused event, is how often and how much time and what a focus that you guys spend on listening to the audience. And these education tracks are always built around the needs of your contractors.
Yeah, they are indeed. I mean, a great deal of the information I get back is I get from speaking with chapter executives around the country and having the opportunity to speak with contractors and get feedback from them. Dana, your thought?
I completely agree. Yeah, we appreciate the contractors and members that share what they're looking for, that are vocal about, what these sessions should look like, and we are all ears open.
I honestly think it's the best part about your membership, their honesty, their openness. If a session really lands with them, they tell you, and you make sure that you get that speaker back. I know, for instance, every year that I've ever attended any of Kelly McDonald's sessions at convention, the room is jam-packed. I've seen fewer people at a Britney Spears or at a U2 concert. That's how big these sessions are. So for that reason, we keep bringing Kelly back, because the material is always applicable. But equally, the other thing I love about NECA contractors is, if a session doesn't work or if they don't like it, they will tell you. So thank you, NECA family. We like the honesty. Now, Dana, finally, let's touch on the virtual aspect of NECA 2021 Nashville, because of course there have been challenges over the course of the last year and a half and beyond, but it's also given us some tools to help make events like this more accessible than ever before. So what will the virtual education options look like as part of this year's event?
Yeah, of course. So as you know, NECA 2020 Live definitely brought us closer in the virtual world by essentially providing everything at your fingertips. And now we're excited to make all of NECA 2021 Nashville available in a hybrid format, so you can get the best of Nashville live and in person and ensure you don't miss anything by catching up virtually. We are also excited about the Nashville Virtual Show Floor, which members will be able to attend education classes, see new product demonstrations by exhibitors, make appointments to discuss your specific business needs with vendors, and so much more. So that's something that we're definitely looking forward to this year.
Phenomenal. I can tell that NECA has really perfected this virtual hybrid bit, and I cannot wait to, over the course of the next few weeks and months, to share some of those hybrid details around how this material will come alive, whether you're in the room or in your spare bedroom. But frankly, we'd much rather have you in the room with us. So make sure that you get all booked up to come see us in Nashville. Now, before we go, Pete, any final thoughts for the audience?
No, I think as Dana had mentioned, what a great opportunity for our members to be able to get to convention, absorb all there is that convention has to offer, and still have all of that content that they may have missed while they were running around at convention for 30 days following the event. So this hybrid delivery option is such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for our members to not have to decide while they're at convention to miss a particular class. They can catch it on their own schedule.
Exactly right. And Dana, word on the street is that the numbers and the registrations so far are what can only be described as ridiculous. Is that true?
Yes, it's very easy to see that the NECA family is excited to meet back up in person, and we are so ready for that.
Fantastic. Pete, before you go, one last little request. I know you've got some glasses there. Could you pop them on? Because I think the three of us would look ridiculously cute side by side. Folks, come on. Have you ever seen? Look at this. We should be in a commercial.
$8 reading glasses, Dave.
I can assure you, yours were more expensive than mine.
When you forget your reading glasses, you're on NECA Travel and you forget your reading glasses.
I think the three of us have never looked better than this moment right now. Pete, thank you so much for joining us. Dana, really excited to see you both in person, and I'll see you both back here, I'm sure, for another NECA Live really soon.
Looking forward to it, David.
Thank you so much, guys. There we have it. Wasn't that a great opportunity to hear about what is coming in store? Thank you so much again to my buddies, my NECA friends, Pete and Dana. And make sure that you have got this inside your diary. I know that you are as excited as I am to make sure that you get registered for convention. NECA 2021 Nashville is the family reunion that you, I, and all of us have been hoping and praying for. So get your ticket to everything that we've talked about today, plus 3 general sessions with Archie Manning, with John Rich and Damon John, access to the receptions and so much more. So remember, go to NECAconvention.org and remember that early registration closes August 31st. So there's only about a week left to get the early registration. You don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. I'll see you there. NECA 2021 Nashville is our return, our big return to huge, large-scale in-person events. It's running October 9 through 12 in Nashville, Tennessee. Education and the speakers are always top-notch at NECA events, building the resonance and the impact. Katie, can you give us a bit of a preview of some of the education topics that our attendees will be able to look forward to?
Well, we knew going into this that this was probably going to be one of our highest attended in-person conventions. This is one of the best education lineups that you will see, whether it's pre-convention workshops, convention education, or education on the trade show floor. We have speakers that our audience hasn't heard from before and developed a lot of contractor-led panels.
And you know, it is just around the corner. I know how much our audience at NECA value that education. And do you know what's great about the NECA convention? The education is always so tailored to what's happening right now in the moment.
Reach out to us if you need any help registering. So visit us at NECAconvention.org, and we look forward to seeing everyone in Nashville.